Okay, this is my parallax propeller autopilot. That's the proto board. 5 hertz GPS unit. Radio control receiver. A couple of servos for testing. The XB for transmitting data from the propeller to the ground station. This is a ping unit for telling how close we are to the ground when we're less than 10 feet. And then these are the video connectors. The one on the left is the camera in. The one on the right is the camera out. The camera out goes to this video display right here. Now, you can see at the bottom where it's saying the ground's getting close. It says about 11 inches. That's because I'm about 11 inches away from the ping detector. Now, if I get out of the way, then ping detector should see out the door, and since it's greater than 60 inches, it just goes away. The display on the on-screen display. The compass is the compass that's on the proto board. It's a HM55B. And then the 0 degrees is the pitch. The roll is not shown unless we're doing some roll. And that's the altitude from the GPS unit, although it's not accurate right now because the GPS unit is not locked. Okay, oh, camera. The camera input that is on the left is coming from this box right here, which is just a video receiver, a wireless video receiver, and the transmitter is this little transmitter sitting in the window. It's a little wireless 900 megahertz. It's just pointed out the window, and I can move it around, and you can see it move. And the on-screen display, of course, stays in one place. Alright, now, this is the 6 degrees of freedom unit that will tell me the pitch and the roll, the z-axis, and the accelerometers X, Y, and Z, and the gyroscopes X, Y, and Z. Now, if I come down here, yes, I know I'm close. I'm making the ping unit say that we're close to the ground. Okay, if you watch in the top center of the screen there, that is the pitch. I will move the 6 degrees of freedom unit forward, and you can see that it's saying pitched down at 16 degrees. Also, if you notice, there's the roll, a left-hand turn. It's rolled 24 degrees to the left, as you can see. Okay, and there the pitch and the roll are working. And we'll put it back to 0 level on the counter workbench, and you can see that it goes to level there. Now let me again get out of the way of the ping unit and the inches to ground should go away, which it did. The radio control transmitter right here is hooked up. You probably heard the servo move. And if I give it some left rudder, the servo moves left, and right rudder, servo moves right. So the right and left work, and then the elevator up and down moves the elevator up and down. Unless, see this thing that says AP off? If I turn the AP on by moving the channel 6 switch, watch what happens. Okay, the AP says it's on. Now I will move the rudder. Nothing. I'll move the elevator. Nothing. That's because the autopilot is controlling the servos. And we can prove this by, there's the servos. Now, here's the 6 degrees of freedom. I'll move it. And you can see the servos move. So right now, the movement on the 6 degrees of freedom is controlling the servos. That's with the autopilot on. Now, the other interesting part of this project is the XB unit. This is a 2.4 gig XB unit with a UFL connector on it. And I've got a UFL to N connector, and I've just got something stuck in there for an antenna. The other side is over here. Where is it? Ah, there it is. There's the other side. Same deal. UFL connector to UH to N connector with something stuck in it for an antenna. And you can see the lights on the, if I can get it in focus here, XB unit flicking away. 3 lights on the right side means we've got a whopping good signal. Of course, we're right next to it. And that is the USB development board. And what that allows is for me to receive the data from the transmitting USB, which is over here on the autopilot, and it's just transmitting data away, XYZ on gyro, and the GPS data, the receiver data. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, you've got a receiver here, you've got a transmitter here. How do we know that that receiver is putting any data hooked up to the proto board? How do we know that it's putting data over to the proto board? Well, I've got a switch that'll activate and deactivate the display for that. Activate the display. You can see the let's turn the rudder first. Turn the rudder one way and see it goes down to 500 and some. Turn the rudder the other way and you see it goes up to 900 and some. Same way with the throttle. It's low throttle right now. Let's go to high throttle. Goes up to 900. Back down. And the same way with the rudder, or the elevator and the aileron. So what we're doing is I'm going to tell it to turn that display off because it's distracting when you're flying. So I'll flip the switch.